Morning all. Okay, game one today. Someone maybe I can wake up in this game a bit. It's a bit low rated, but everyone's dangerous in this auto pairing. So let's see. I have to fight to my best ability. Okay, so he's closed up the centre. I know it's the fianchetto variation, but I'm hoping that the standard F5, F4 will still be effective here. Okay, if I play F5 immediately, there is knight G5 to E6. If I play H6, I'm wasting a move, and then C5 will be a bit quicker. I'll have to cope with that, I think, because I don't want this knight G5. Alright, so it's going to plough into D6 soon. Okay, now here, if I play E4, you could just take and set the exchange, so I'm just going to take like this and threat an E4. Also knight G6, potentially E4 and F4, knight G6, or maybe F4 and E4. I think E4 and then F4. I know D6 is going to be very soon under fire, as well as C7. A6 might slow things down, but it's sort of weakening my queen side a bit. He could just take and then B5. So maybe this is the right time for E4, but then knight D4, and again that E6 square. And if F4, white will control E4. I could play queen F6, protecting D6 from there. Knight B5, say E4. Or E4, knight D4, knight E5. So if knight E6, I can take knight E5. That would threaten knight D3 as well. But it wouldn't really threaten F4. Knight F6 to play F4. Is that an alternative? I think. What about just trying to defend these two squares? Rook F7. Or knight F6 and bishop D7. Alright, I think I'll play knight F6, play obviously rook F7, a sort of mixture of preparing F4 and E4, as well as allowing rook F7 to protect C7. But I've lost quite a bit of time with those considerations. So I'm going to catch up a bit on the clock with some quick moves. Hopefully without my queen side getting demolished now. With rook F7, so I'm defending that C7 entry point. The pawn is actually awkwardly blocking in the bishop. Otherwise he would be threatening D6. So I don't know, that's kind of amusing. His pawn's blocking in the attack. Oh, okay, so maybe E4 now, but then knight C4, then bishop F8. What about just A6, taking this opportunity for A6 to kick that knight back? Then maybe even B5 actually. B5 and then bishop B7. Mind you, knight B3 to A5. I can play it here, okay. Is it potentially threatening anything? Actually, maybe first E4, just to try and get in knight E5 to D3, as well as dislocate this this pawn. If I can get in knight D3 here, then maybe knight G4 actually, or even just taking on B2, or maybe queen B6. Knight C6 coming out, or queen B6 here. Looks as though there's mounting pressure on the diagonal. Bishop B7 to attack D5. So what if say knight C6? Okay. Couldn't I just take and knight takes D5? I think I'll try this. Just take that D5 pawn. Mind you, you could take, and it's not check though. So that pin must be significant here, surely. So I'm not threatening knight c3, and then takes, then queen takes d4. Knight c3 just trying to weaken that diagonal. I'll play that. So if I'm getting queen takes d4, this looks really good. All of a sudden, well, it looked good before. I mean, okay, so bishop e6 now, just protecting d5, and also I can play bishop e5. Next, if rook d1, bishop e5, or here bishop e5. So, clock situation. Catching up on the clock a bit. I can stop the rooks using file here. I can play d5 next, I hope. If I play d5 here, or should I just take first? I'll take first to solidify that c4 bishop. If I'm getting d4, d3, that'll be good. Or e3, just blocking in this bishop for the moment. I suppose bishop f1. Right, it looks to be a straightforward play now. Or am I being overconfident? Should I have just played e2 there? Okay, maybe e2 is just good to keep as a threat here. Bring the king up to f6. Right. So what's the key thing here? On e2, I mean it would prevent bishop f1, but now I can play e2 anyway. Surely that's more dangerous. Just winning a piece. Surely bishop moves and then okay, he's resigned. Let's have a quick look at that. So fianchetto variation, closing up the centre. Wasted move playing h6. I want to stop knight g5. Now this was a lot of consideration here about rook f7, but he blocked in his own attack on t6. So this looks like awkward loss of time. And now, I'm using this diagonal to great effect. So forgetting about the f4 plan, just this knight and this diagonal generally looks weakened, as well as d5 dropping off. So this knight c3 kind of I think weakened white's position further now with this simplification. So I have the centre pawns, doubled pawns, and I'm just winning a piece with e2 after that. That's sort of making it easy with bishop f1. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.